Hello and welcome back to my workshop. I'm going to do a quick unboxing and test for you. I have just my Black & Decker electric planer has just expired. To be fair, I've had it for about at least 30 years, so I've had my money's worth out of it. Just a strange rattling noise, considering these blades rotate at 10 to 15,000 revs per minute. I really don't want anything if it's loose or if there's a bearing gone. I don't want a blade exiting this machine at high speed straight towards me or straight towards anything. Given how old it is, I'm not even going to bother trying to repair it. So that's goodbye to my old Black & Decker, and gave me an opportunity to look at a new electric planer. Now, when I first started using that electric planer again last year, having not used it for a long time, I couldn't get the hang of it, and I kept on making really big messes in work pieces that I ended up making them worse than before I used the hand planer. So I actually put it away for a few months and swore not to use it again. But just recently, when I was building my pallet workbench, which I'll put a link to that build, but when I was doing that, where I had a really big surface that needed planing, yeah, actually I really got the hang of it and really enjoyed it. So when it started rattling the other day, I decided that I wasn't going to risk keeping it going, but that I did actually now need to get myself another one. So I did the usual. I went on YouTube, looked at all the reviews of all the different electric planers and what was best and within my budget. We're quite limited over here on the Isle of Man to what shops we've got, and a lot of places won't ship heavy stuff over to the island without charging a fortune. It's usually £25 delivery. So I went to B&Q. I went to the B&Q website, looked at what they had. They didn't have a huge amount in stock, and I went to Screwfix. Now Screwfix are actually owned by B&Q. They're all owned by the same company, and a lot of the stuff you'll see on the B&Q website is exactly the same stuff as they have on the Screwfix website, except for the Screwfix website lists Titan stuff as well, which is Screwfix specific, and B&Q doesn't stock the Titan stuff. Anyway, read reviews, and the one that I decided to push the boat out a bit and go for not for a budget one, but for one that's hopefully going to give me the same 30 years that my Black & Decker gave me. So I have gone for a Makita KP0800K. So the K on the end, I realised after watching a few different reviews and looking at a few different websites, the K means that it comes with a case. From what I can see anyway, there is a KP0800 without the K on the end on both the Screwfix website and also at B&Q that don't come with a case, but I was very specific that I did actually want a case because it just makes things much easier to stack them up on the shelving. So I decided to pay a bit extra and get the one with the case, on B&Q, this machine was £170. I think that might have been £170 for the one without the case. I don't think B&Q did one with the case. So it's £170 for this without the case. On Screwfix, they were doing the one without the case for £149. Let's call it £150. So £20 cheaper. But no case, and he had no case, and B&Q had no case. And I couldn't really understand why the two websites were showing different prices, given that they're owned by the same people. But I decided, right, I'll go for the Screwfix one. And then by some weird searching, I actually found that Screwfix did the same machine with a case for the same price, but it wasn't coming up in any of the searches that I was doing for electric planers. So whether that's deliberate, whether they deliberately try to hide the one with the case and push the one trying to get rid of the one that hasn't got the case, I don't know. But anyway, I paid from Screwfix with my own hard-earned money for the KP0800K. I paid 149, let's call it 150 quid. So 20 quid cheaper than B&Q, and it comes with a case, which the B&Q one didn't. So it's not going to be the most exciting unboxing in the world. Instructions, which obviously we all read avidly from page to page, and okay, that I believe is something to do with setting the blades. So I'll have a look at that later. And I believe that is for tightening and loosening the blades. Excuse me. So I'll keep those because hopefully there's somewhere convenient in the case for them to go. Hopefully, looks like there should be somewhere in here where those can actually live, so that I don't end up losing them. Looks like that should go there, and that should go there. Close. Yeah, okay. So that's it, that's good. They can live in the case. I'm not going to lose them anywhere. And that still goes in. Yep, good. There's plenty of room for the flex, which is good. Some of the cases are a bit tight once you've unfurled the flex for the first time. So shouldn't think there's anything earth-shattering. Adjusting the depth of the cut, yep, I know that. The lock-on button, that's fine. I have read a few reviews, so I know roughly what I'm looking at. Yeah, okay, yeah, that all looks pretty straightforward. I'm not going to have any dust extraction on for now, so I will read all about that later. So, put that to one side. Okay, so what have we got here? It's a very powerful, it's one of the more powerful ones, as I said. I decided to push the boat out. Yeah, it's one of the more powerful ones. It's got this nice feature here, which is the, I can't remember what they call it, just the foot, I think, where when you put it down, unlike the Black & Decker, I had to wait for the Black & Decker to stop spinning before I put it down, otherwise it would mark the surface. That actually keeps the blade off whatever you're planing, which both protects the blade and also protects your workpiece, and then as soon as you push forward, then it goes down and you're away. So that's new. That's usually little plastic tie wraps. It's probably an environmental invention. Okay, it comes easily enough. Okay, so I've not used this machine before, but I would imagine, based on my Black & Decker, it's going to be noisy as heck. So I am going to put some ear protection on, and I might put some ear protection and eye protection on, I think. Given that I'm not going to have any dust extraction, stuff could come flying out of there pretty quickly. I might just going to see whether a dust bag from another machine fits. Okay, nearly, not quite. It's a shame. Yeah, okay. I'll try that and see whether that actually is going to catch anything. And if it does, then I think I'll invest. I'm not going to bother with dust extraction because it's just too much of a faff to get the hoover all the way over here. But I might invest in a dust bag just to catch the worst of it. Otherwise, this ends up completely covered in chips. So yeah, that's just extraction there. Okay, so I've got this rough piece of pallet wood, so we can give this a go. Let's say ears and eyes protection makes sense to me, so let's give this a go. So you've got your depth adjustment here, so I'm going to run it first with a depth adjustment of 0 just to actually see how it feels, how noisy it is, and then I should just slowly move. I mean, it says here that it can remove up to 2.5 mil in one run, but that really seems pretty excessive. The most I've ever removed with my Black & Decker has been 1 mil, so let's see how it goes. Okay, well that's, other than that little step that I did at the end by mistake, I lifted it. But that's made a really nice job. I'm presuming you can see just how that's what it was, pretty rough, and it's taken it down to a nice smooth. As you can see, I do need to go down a little bit further in the middle here. I can do with a bit more, but it's a really nice job. So let's just give it another go. I'll maybe push it up to 1 mil, see how that goes. Okay, dust bag filled up pretty quickly there, so I'm going to need a bigger dust bag than that. It did already have some debris in it actually when I put it on, but that's filled up so quickly that you saw as soon as the dust bag was full, suddenly the debris was coming everywhere. So that actually works really, really well, and I shall invest in a bigger dust bag. But that's taken it down to an absolutely gorgeous smooth finish. So yes, very pleased with that. And the secret I've found is just, I mean, I went 1 mil there just for demonstrations, but honestly, I would normally go ½ mil at a time and just do lots and lots of slow passes so that you don't end up, I've put a ridge in there, and obviously there's a ridge at the beginning and a ridge at the end, but if you're going ½ mil at a time and you're never putting a ridge in the same place, you end up with quite a nice finish. But that's, wow, I'm really, really pleased with the results of that. So yeah, it's 1700 revs per minute, 620 watt motor. There's some out there. When I was doing my reviews, I'm just going to unplug. When I was doing my reviews, there were some that were like 1000 watt meters, 1000 watt motors. But to be quite honest, this one got such good reviews that I do wonder whether those are they're putting very powerful motors on just to try and look good on the figures. But this one got a really good review. I'm unplugged. It also has the that thing for is it a rebate? I think it is, for taking the corner off. I can't remember what the technical name for that is. I did read about it, but I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use that. But it's something quite useful, I suppose. It just allows you to go along this corner here and just take the corner off the pieces, which I suppose could be quite nice. I've never had it before, therefore I've never used it, but now that I've got it, I might use it and find it's something I rely on. So yeah, hope that's been useful. I will do as with all the kit I've got, I'll do a sort of 3 month to 6 month review when I've had it for that long. See whether there's been any change in the long-term use of it, but I suspect it's going to be, based on the other reviews I read, I suspect it's going to be a really good machine. So hope that's been useful. Any questions, let me know. If you've got time to like the video, that would obviously be very helpful, and if at all possible, if you could subscribe to the channel, that will get my numbers up, make it more worthwhile me doing these videos. So thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe. Thank you.